What's up, everybody? Chicago Show Off here, and I'm back for another episode of Shooting for Real. I know I did miss a week, and I'm sorry for that, but I've been really busy. I've been working a lot here lately, and I'm going to get back on track now. I'm going to talk about last night's SummerSlam pay-per-view, which was a very great SummerSlam. One of the best I've seen in a while. I'm just going to talk about the three main matches, basically, a few matches here and there. Main matches I'm going to talk about most is Punk and Lesnar and Cena and Daniel. It was all good matches. I mean, those two matches are going to be definitely match of the year candidates. I can guarantee you that. Along with Punk and Taker at WrestleMania 29. The Ring of Fire match between Kane and Bray Wyatt was very disappointing. I might add, wasn't very long. I mean, they really didn't do much of the match. But when you're in a match surrounded by fire, I mean, there's not really much you can do. Because they put you in a match for people that either don't want to wrestle or put on catch as catch can classics or are not able to. Now Bray Wyatt still has a good future in the WWE, so he's up and coming. So I believe once over time he's going to get better. Now the finish to the match I thought was kind of stupid, having Luke in there and put fucking flame retardant cloth or whatever over the fire, then step over the ropes and come in and just take Kane and help Bray Wyatt get the win. Now, after the match is over, they take Kane and kidnap him or whatever, and that's how they're going to do the storyline. And then Kane's going to be gone for a while. They're just filming his new movie, See No Evil 2, the sequel to his first movie. I'm afraid when he comes back, they're going to have it to where they brainwashed him. Maybe he'll have a beard grown out. Maybe he'll take the mask off. Maybe he'll keep it on. Hell, maybe he'll wear the sheep mask for all we know. But I am very interested to see how that's going to go on. Alright, CM Punk versus Brock Lesnar, the best versus the beast. Now that was a very great match of the year candidate, like I said before. Such brutality, such intensity, neither one let up, neither one never wanted to give up. They beat the hell out of each other. And Heyman ruled it a no disqualification match on the pre-show. So they was using chairs, they was using tables, they was using things they can get their hands on. And it was great. It was an amazing match. I really enjoyed it. I mean, fucking using the Spanish announce table, using steps, using chairs, everything they can get your hands on. They try to, beat the hell out of each other, and they did. And one of my favorite spots was when CM Punk had the freaking chair, and he fucking did the elbow drop and landed chair right on Lesnar's face. Bam! And the finish of the match being, Lesnar getting Punk in the F5 and landed him on the chair. When he did it, he did 4 feet out. I was like, what the fuck? Damn. I thought he was going to fucking miss. And he was trying to hit the chair, which was way over here. He's picking him up and he's going, I was like, whoa, what the fuck? But that was a great match. It was a very enjoyable match. I was actually surprised because I didn't know if it, I ain't got no problems. I know Punk can wrestle a match. But Brock, ever since he's been in the UFC, he has more of a, fighting kind of deal. But he surprised me. I'm not taking anything away from Brock Lesnar. He's a great wrestler. He's an amateur wrestler, but him being in that UFC world for so long, ring rust is there and shit, and him only wrestling 3 pay-per-views since his return, that's still there. But he pulled it off very well. It was a great match, and I very much enjoyed it. Alright, Daniel Bryan versus John Cena for the WWE title. This had to be at least a 45-minute match, and it was amazing. It lived up to the hype. All the build-up that was surrounded by it. It lived up to every bit of promo that they had. Cena fucking surprised me like he always does when he's in big matches. He held his own with Bryan. Kick out after kick out, submission after submission, AA, STF, yes lock. Bryan's crazy spots, the fucking 3 drop kicks in the corner, the suicide dives, all that stuff. That match was absolutely incredible. It did not disappoint one bit. And if anybody thinks they were disappointed in that match, then you need to realize what true wrestling is all about. Because that match was incredible. There's not many people that can go on and put a 45-minute match on like that and do it as well as they did. And for that, I respect both of them. I don't necessarily like Cena as a face and his gimmick and all that, but maybe when he comes back, they'll do something different with him. Maybe turn him heel, give him a gimmick changer. Whatever, because, after that match, Cena's going to have elbow surgery. If you didn't notice, he had a black elbow pad covering his elbow. Because they was worried about him going into that match with that elbow injury. But I'm very looking forward to Raw tonight and seeing how everything's going to go and everything. Looking forward to seeing what angles they're going to go with, what promos they're going to use, and everything. Now, you're wondering, like, well, what do you think's going to happen? Well, basically, during the match with Cena and Bryan, Cena's giving everything to Bryan, and Bryan's dishing it right back out. In the finish of the match, Bryan gets a kick, goes over to the corner, runs up, gives Cena, bam, huge knee to the face. 1, 2, 3, Daniel Bryan's the new champion. New WWE champion. Fans are going crazy. They're chanting, yes, yes, yes. Going absolutely berserk. And we're thinking, oh, wait, Randy Orton's going to cash in. I just know it. And you're thinking that. Next thing you know, Triple H raises his hand. He's doing the yes chants with him. You're like, wait a minute, that's not Triple H. Something's up here. Excuse me. Next thing you know, the fireworks go off and confetti starts coming down. You're like, okay, the match is over. They've already done the fireworks confetti. Okay, he's not going to cash in tonight. And sure enough, you hear his music playing. You're like, oh, shit. He starts coming down to the ring. He stops before he gets to the ring. You're like, don't you do it. Don't do it. And Bryan's sitting there. He's ready. He threw the title down. He's like, come on. Come on. And all he does is look at Bryan, hold up the Money in the Bank briefcase, walks away, and you're like, thank God. Thank God. And then he stops. You're like, wait a minute. Glances his head, turns back. Next thing you know, Triple H turns Bryan around. Boom. Pedigree. Orton comes straight into the ring. Gives Triple H the Money in the Bank briefcase. You're like, oh, shit, you gotta be kidding me. This is fucking crazy right here. I thought it was awesome. And then gives the Money in the Bank briefcase to Triple H. Triple H rings the bell. Orton covers Bryan. 1, 2, 3. Randy Orton's the new WWE champion. Like, oh, shit. And we finally get that long-awaited heel turn from Randy that we want to see. We kind of get a little tease of Evolution in there, too. So, I mean, that was an incredible end to SummerSlam. Now, for all you Orton haters out there, quit hating on Orton. I wanted Daniel Bryan to win just as much as anybody. But this is a great way for Daniel Bryan to get more sympathy that way. When he finally wins the WWE title, it'll be twice as huge as the night last night. The pop will be twice as better. The payoff will be twice as great. But the only skeptical thing I am about it is if they just give the title to Daniel Bryan at Night of Champions, which is next month. Okay, not only did they just waste Daniel Bryan, but they just wasted Randy Orton in the meantime. So I don't know how long they're going to let Orton hold the title before giving it to Daniel, or if they're going to shove Daniel out the way, or I don't know what's going on. But I am very interested to see how things go on tonight on Raw. The promos, and because this is all going to set the stage for Night of Champions, because every title is going to be on the line. WWE title, World Heavyweight title, Tag titles, U.S. title, Intercontinental title, Divas title. And then they'll probably have maybe 1 or 2 non-title matches for, like a big feud or something maybe. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing what angle Punk gets into going in. If he continues this stuff with Brock Lesnar and he has Curtis Axel take us back or whatever. What promo Randy says, because I cannot wait to see a Randy Orton heel promo, because he has so much more to work with when he's a heel and he has promos to cut. Such more intensity, much more aggressiveness. I like Randy Orton way better heel than he is a babyface, and I also think he's a better heel than a babyface. When he cuts a heel promo, you're like, fucking A, yes. And when he cuts a babyface promo, you're like, that was alright. It's just incredible. It's going to be a great match. It's going to be a great night on Raw tonight. I don't think it's going to disappoint. And there is rumors of Paige possibly debuting tonight. And what the kicker is, she could be debuting as the new client for Paul Heyman. Now that would be incredible. Now that Brock Lesnar's out the way, he can focus on her if she comes out, and Curtis Axel, and get him over with the Intercontinental title. That would be great. If not, she could still debut by herself. Like you can have AJ come out saying, well, I've tortured Caitlyn enough, and I don't think there's really anybody else in the Divas division that can handle me. So it looks like I'm going to have this title forever. Cuts a promo, next thing you know, you hear Paige's music come out. Boom, she comes out, challenges AJ for the title. I don't know if that'd be alright, but that'd be a great way to bring her in to start off at. Rumor has it they want to do a feud with her and Natalya for the Divas title, so that would be great too, because I think Natalya deserves a shot to get her chance in the WWE and have another Divas championship run. There's so many ways that Raw can go tonight, and we're only like maybe 30 minutes away from Raw, so I'm stoked for it. I'm ready for some good action. I'm ready for some good promos, some good segments. Can't wait to see if there's any debuts or if any surprise returns or anything like that. But tonight is going to set the stage for Night of Champions. And I am very much looking forward to it. Alright guys, I'm out of time for today, but tune in next week. If you got any ideas of any topics you want me to talk about in the wrestling world, just shoot me a mention on Twitter. If you're not following me on Twitter, follow me on Twitter at Chicago Show Off. I'll post a link down there. But this is all the time I have for today. This is Shootin' for Real. I'm Chicago Show Off, and you just been shot for real. Later, guys.